I think the whole reporting of it is a giant hoax. We are very peaceful people. So it was a total setup. To me, it was the FBI had set it up. I don't believe that they were Trump supporters that did that.
You said the whole thing's a setup. You don't really believe that, do you?
I do. Because Trump won the election. They've proven it over and over again.
And these are the people who tried to overthrow American democracy because they believed Donald Trump's lies.
Thank you very much. And you know what that was? That was, I call them the J6 hostages, not prisoners. I call them the hostages, what's happened. And it's a shame.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. Donald Trump spit in the face of democracy when he compared January 6 rioters to hostages of Israel's terrorist attack at a rally in Texas recently.
I believe the government perpetrated the attack on the Capitol. Certainly the MAGA people showed up here and walked up there. The people wanted to support Trump because they know he won the election. They know the election was fraud. And I think that the majority of people breaking our beautiful Capitol and busting things, I think they were government people. They were somehow affiliated with Nancy Pelosi and her wicked cabal.
When I first heard about what Trump had said, it made my blood boil. Donald Trump is trying to glorify a group of people that fell for his deception and compare them to victims of the horrific terrorist attack in Israel. He's putting violent insurrectionists on a pedestal because he knows that it will benefit him monetarily.
They believed Donald Trump's lies. And there we have police officers being attacked from all sides, having their heads crushed indoors, police officers taken to the ground, having bear spray used against them. This is just pure evil.
Donald Trump is a danger to society. He should not be allowed to run around this country stirring up his cult followers into a frenzy. He is openly misleading viewers to try and raise money off of both horrific events, the attack on Israel and January the 6th. Donald Trump seems to thrive off of the suffering of others. Imagine being a family member of one of those police officers. How could they ever forgive Donald Trump for inciting the mob?
The January 6th, I mean, all that was just...
What was January 6th? You're shaking your head about January 6th.
Well, the Democrats did it, Nancy Pelosi, and, Trump had nothing to do with that. It was all planned.
It was. Where was that? Where has that been, adjudicated?
Yeah, there's certain pages you can follow on Telegram, and people, if you follow the right people, they're telling what's happening behind the scenes. That.
Do you believe in QAnon?
Oh, yeah.
Police officers were beaten, crushed, and killed by the mob, who had been incited by Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump. Rioters broke through barricades, attacking the police. Many officers suffered traumatic injuries that changed their lives. Several of those officers sadly took their own lives as a result of injuries and trauma suffered from that day. To have the ex-president portray violent rioters as victims is a new low, even for him. As Donald Trump slithered on stage, the song Justice for All was playing in the background. The song is a collaboration between Trump and the J6 prison choir. Money raised from the song benefits the inmates' legal fund. He stood there in front of the American flag, saluting while the prison choir sang the Star-Spangled Banner overhead. It was disgusting. Trump skipped any hellos to the crowd and opened the rally calling the January 6 attackers hostages. They are the furthest thing from people who were taken from their homes in Israel and killed by terrorists. Donald Trump's statements are despicable, and he's trying to blur the lines of logic with his idiotic argument. The January 6 mob were the Trump faithful, who believed every word he said and did what he said. Donald Trump knew that he lost the election, but chose to launch a coup against democracy. He incited an angry mob with the help of his drunken lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and others that day. Donald told the mob that he was going to march down to the Capitol with them, but he didn't. He called them intruders and threatened them with arrests. Members of the mob beat police officers and destroyed property. They are criminals, not hostages. This foul display of entitled arrogance is probably Donald's way of accepting his prison fate. He knows that he's going to jail. He's been asking if he's going to keep his Secret Service protection, and he probably won't. Donald Trump will likely be put in solitary confinement for his own protection. These idiotic statements are basically Donald doing a little shout out to the boys in jail to win favor. He wants them to think that he fought for them so they don't steal his commissary when he shows up on their block. Donald Trump is a danger to society and deserves to be locked away with the very people who lost everything following his lead. Donald Trump is facing karma and he knows it. That couldn't happen to a more deserving individual, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.